Chasing past portraits of those who came first. Family faces frowning down as I burst through these halls that hold 100-year oath. Something inside me starts cutting us both. Power and pride, yeah, we paid what it cost. But lately at night I've been counting the loss. Mama still prays by the window at dawn, while I pretend that there's nothing wrong. What's the price that I pay for staying true? What's the cost when I can't tell right from blue? Every choice that I make leads back to you. Tell me what's the price? What's a man to do? Sitting at tables where deals get arranged. Past generations, their ways never change. Following footsteps in blood-painted shoes, carrying weight that I never could choose. Brothers in arms, yeah, we stick to the code, but every decision adds weight to the load. Looking for answers in wine-stained glass, while traditions and time slowly pass. What's the price that I pay for staying true? What's the cost when I can't tell right from blue? Every choice that I make leads back to you. Tell me what's the price? What's a man to do? And these streets remember the promises made, the cost of honor, the price we paid. Moving in circles of power and pain, following rules that are burned in my brain. Loyalties heavy, it weighs like a crown. Sometimes I wonder who's really down. Money and respect, yeah, that's what they say, but peace of mind seems so far away. Standing between what is real and what's right, while my conscience keeps me up at night. What's the price that I pay for staying true? What's the cost when I can't tell right from blue? Every choice that I make leads back to you. Tell me what's the price? What's a man to do? What's the price?
watch them gather round the table Sunday afternoon. The way they pass the bread and wine, moving like a tune. Every gesture calculated, messages disguised in the way they tilt their heads and how they meet my eyes. Reading through the silence, learning how to see all the weight behind a smile, what it means to me. Papa's at the head, his fingers tap the wood, and cousin Tony straightens up. Message understood. When uncle raises his glass high, it means more than cheers. Been studying the methods now for all these years. Some conversations happen without making sound. In this family business, that's how truth is found. They don't need to say a word, I already know what's heard. When respect is in the air, power moves beyond compare. They don't need to say a word, I already know what's heard. When respect is in the air, power moves beyond compare. Watch how mother's eyebrow raises, slight but still profound. How the room falls dead silent when a look comes round. Uncle Peter's handshake grip tells stories of its own, while Aunt Maria's pursed lips mean leave this thing alone. Every coughin', every pause holds meaning in between. I learned to navigate this life by watching every scene. Something powers in the voice, the loudest one prevails. But real control is knowing when the quiet never fails. This inheritance of mine goes deeper than you know. It's written in our bloodline, how we ebb and flow. The art of observation, that's my family trade. Understanding power in the silence that we made. They don't need to say a word, I already know what's heard. When respect is in the air, power moves beyond compare. They don't need to say a word, I already know what's heard. When respect is in the air, power moves beyond compare.
Trust nobody. Started at the bottom with my day ones. Now I'm counting stacks while they make runs. Thought we was tight, all good in my hood, till I caught them slipping, now I understood. Trust nobody but the money. Money, loyalties just a front. front, they smile in your face. Why they plotting taking place? Trust nobody but the money. Watch how they all run. When the feds come knocking and the truth comes out. Pass me fake info about the drop spot. Set me up to fall, yeah, they thought a lot. My own blood turned snake, can't believe the fate. Now I'm playing chess while they checkers mate. Found out through the wire they was wearing wise. Build an empire just to feed the lies. Every move I made, they was taking notes. Now I'm cutting ties like I'm cutting throats. They say blood thicker than water, but money make family change. I learned it the hard way, now I move like I'm insane. Solo dolo is the only way. Trust issues got me moving different today. They thought they had me corner trapped, but I'm 10 steps ahead, that's facts. Now I run these streets alone. Cold heart, yeah, that's how I've grown. Let them wonder how I know. While I stack this blood money, watch it grow. Trust nobody. Trust nobody. Trust nobody. hand shaking on the wheel, heart racing, keeping it real. Boss man said make it quick, Papa's watching every tick. Every fucking door I knock, better answer when I talk. Yeah, yeah. Every door I knock, respect I earn. Yeah. Every block I walk, these lessons burn. Familiar first, that's what they say. No choice but make them fucking pay. Make them pay. Hey. 10 addresses in my hand, making moves across this land. Some cry, some try to fight, but business done by end of night. Cold sweat down my spine when they beg for more damn time. But I can't show no mercy now, family names on the line. Every door I knock, respect I earn. Yeah, every block I walk, these lessons burn. Familiar first, that's what they say. No choice but make them fucking pay. Make them pay. Listen up, motherfucker, this ain't no game we playing. First day collecting, but lifetime I've been waiting. Uncle Joey got whacked, cause someone wouldn't pay. Now I'm here collecting, making sure they don't delay. Brass knuckles in my pocket just in case shit get real. 20 years of anger built up, that's how I fucking feel. They see me coming, windows closing, trying to hide, but ain't no escaping when you got nowhere to slide. Remember what Pop said, fear keeps the money flowing. Now I understand why respect keeps growing. Each door that opens shows me more of who I am. This family business turning boy into a fucking man. Blood money flowing, family knowing, no more fear showing. Now they all owing. Every door I knock, respect I earn. Every block I walk, these lessons burn. Familiar first, that's what they say. No choice but make them fucking pay. Make them pay. Started small time slinging on these corners, counting pennies while my stomach getting smaller. Young soldier with a dream to be a baller. Now I'm studying all the ways to be a father figure to my crew, teaching them the code we live by. Street knowledge mixed with old world ties. Yeah, they call me Capo now, respect the title. Every move calculated, never suicidal. Built my empire brick by brick and waited while the others rushed and got eliminated. Family bonds, stronger than the streets could break. Got my consigliere making sure the book's straight. From the bottom to the top, watch a soldier never stop till they all know who I am, till they understand. From a corner boy to a made man, now they kiss the ring on my right hand. Did it my way, now I run these streets. Got the family name, yeah, life is sweet. Street politics, I learned to play it smart. Keep your enemies close, but family in your heart. Build connections, made the right impressions. Every move I make comes with a hard lesson. Some cats flex with cars and ice, but real power moves in silence, right? Got soldiers loyal, ready for the war, while I'm orchestrating from the top floor. Remember days when I was just a number. Now I'm at the table where they count the thunder. Every decision gotta be precise, cause in this game you only live or die. Started as a soldier, now I'm Don Supreme. Every move I make is calculated, clean. Got the old heads nodding at my progress. Young guns study how I move in Congress. Built an empire that'll stand forever, through the storms and all types of weather. Now my word alone can move a mountain. Money flowing like an endless fountain. But the power ain't about the revenue. It's about respect and keeping values true. From the streets I rose but never changed. Just evolved, they got my game arranged. Born a boy to a made man. Now they kiss the ring on my right hand. Did it my way, now I run these streets. Got the family name, yeah, life is sweet. Listen close to what I say. Surface words just drift away. Every phrase a game we play on these streets where powers sway. Can't believe what meets the eye. Truth beneath the lullaby. When he speaks so soft and slow, that's the time you need to know. When the dawn speaks, listen twice. Every word comes with a price. Surface sweet, but core of ice. When the dawn speaks, listen twice. Gotta listen twice. Gotta listen twice. Beautiful weather, we're having a day. Means the storm is coming our way. Family dinner at 8, don't be late. Someone's about to meet their fate. I learned to read between his smile. Each gesture measured every mile of silence holds 1,000 words. The quietest threads are most preferred. When the dawn speaks, listen twice. Every word comes with a price. Surface sweet, but core of ice. When the dawn speaks, listen twice. Or listen twice. In this life of coded signs, where loyalty and fear combine, truth hides in a gentle phrase, death dressed in a warm embrace. Decoding messages like a sixth sense gifted. Each syllable carefully shifted and lifted. Double meaning stacked like bodies in the basement. Every handshake carries weight of grave placement. I'm the translator of unspoken tension, the interpreter of deadly intention. When he says handle it with that particular smile, I know exactly what's going down. Every brutal mile, this ain't about what's spoken, it's about what's implied. The difference between who live is and who takes the final ride. When the dawn speaks, listen twice. Every word comes with a price. Surface sweet, but core of ice. When the dawn speaks, listen twice. Listen close, your life's the twice. Papers stacked on mahogany, memories fading slow. Family photos in the hallway, some faces we don't show. Different paths and choices made through rain and through the snow. Every step away from home makes the distance grow. She's standing at the crossroads now, between what was and what could be. What could be, what could be. Breaking family tradition, but keeping family close. Walking both sides of the line, where truth and blood oppose. Truth and blood oppose. Behind the courthouse pillars, where justice finds its way, her father's voice still echoes from the other side today. Different benches, different rows, but same familiar game. Now she's fighting for the truth, while he fights for the name. Scales of justice, heavy on her mind. Blood ties binding, but she's redefined. Strings, wow. Every morning mirror shows two faces that she knows. Her badge against his legacy, the path that she chose. Letters from her uncle's cell, words nobody shows. Sunday dinner silence speaks more than words could pose. Breaking family tradition, but keeping family close. Walking both sides of the line, where truth and blood oppose. Truth and blood oppose. Truth and blood oppose.
Pacing past, portraits of patriarchs past. Each frame holds a face that reminds me to last. Pinstripe precision, my position precarious. Power and payments make principles various. Street smart statistics, ballistic linguistics. Wild instinct Lemire's consider characteristics. Just learning the leverage, the family severance. Never was clever as Papa's preference.
La familia è tutto, blood ties bind us all. But every oath we take got a price to fall.
Mathematical movement of manifold money through back alley channels, ain't nothing funny. Capotacina calling, capos keep falling while I'm stalling, installments still hauling. Family first, but the first ain't lasting. When brass knuckles match with brass casings, hidden hand gestures, respect and pressure. Testament tested by time's cruel measure.
La familia, tutto, blood ties bind us all. But every oath we take got a price to fall. I'm fighting and tutto, Godfather bind us all. Every oath we take got a price to fall.
Marinara memories, Sunday dinner scenes, behind closed curtains. What loyalty means, trading morality for mortality rates, while fat cats feast upon family fates. breaking bread with brothers who'd break my bones if orders echo from organized thrones. Calculated callousness, conscience catches, every made man eventually matches. Life with ya, blood ties bind us all. But every oath we take, God price to fall. Love with ya, blood ties bind us all. But every oath we take, got a price to fall.
Strike, it's midnight, air's thick with smoke, bad intentions. Around this table, eyes all sharp, counting moves like cards. Your smile's too wide, something ain't right. Been in this game too long tonight. Money piled high, tension climbs. Watch your hands every time. Thought you were real, thought you were true. Now I see right through you. Round this table, everybody's showing teeth, but I know somebody ain't gon' make it home to sleep. Ain't gon' make it home. Round this table, trust is what we lack. Once you cross that line, there ain't no coming back. Push sleight of hand, think I'm blind. Got your moves, all line, under sleeve, tricks you keep. Thought I wouldn't see that deep. Family code, you just broke. Now it's time that you choke. Blood runs cold when you know time to reap what you sow. Round this table, everybody's showing teeth, but I know somebody ain't gon' make it home to sleep. Ain't gon' make it home. Round this table, trust is what we lack. Once you cross that line, there ain't no coming back. Outside now, face to face, no more cards left to play. Pulled that ace from your sleeve, now you big, please believe. Should've known, rules we keep. Make your choice, now you sleep. All is all that we got tonight proved you forgot. Round this table, everybody's showing teeth, but I know somebody ain't gon' make it home to sleep. Won't see morning light. Round this table, trust is what we lack. Once you cross that line, there ain't no coming back. Some debts paid in full tonight, some lessons learned at highest price.
narrow streets of Little Italy, my father's words still ripple through me. Respect and honor, that's our currency. Some lessons cost more than you can see. I remember watching from our balcony how a handshake meant more than any fee. The way he carried dignity so carefully, like china plates passed down through centuries. Some debts you pay with more than money. Più della vita, più dell'oro. Some prices rise beyond the numbers when blood runs deep below the surface. Now I'm standing to where he stood before. These obligations knock upon my door. My mother's candles burning like before, for saints who guard our family's core. Each promise made becomes a sacred score. Each favor granted opens up new doors. But lately I've been counting what it's for, as pressure builds beneath the marble floor. The neighborhood still watches silently as I maintain this fragile harmony between the old ways and what it has to be, between respect and staying truly free. Tonight I made a choice you won't believe, to break the chains of blind loyalty. Sometimes the greatest honor's in the lead than staying bound to what you can achieve. La familia, the weight of generations. La familia, the price of expectations. Some debts you pay with more than money. Più della vita, più dell'oro. Some prices rise beyond the numbers when blood runs deep below the surface. They say I broke tradition, but I chose my own position. Found freedom in the mission of breaking from tradition.
I watch and wait from behind the scenes, where paths diverge and deals convene. My eyes absorb each subtle sign, while others shine. I read between the patterns played in black and white, where truth and lies dance through the night. I'm here to guide but never lead. The seeds I plant are what they need. Reading signs between the lines.
Ogni mossa, ogni segno, nel silenzio del mio regno. Tutti parlano ma pochi sanno what the wise men understand though. Through the ranks and through the years, I filter facts through seasoned ears. My words become their sword and shield, the power that the truth can yield. Reading signs between the lines. Watching, learning, always turning. Knowledge flows like rivers burning. Patient waiting, calculating. I've learned to read what silence means, the weight of words, what wisdom brings. They think it's force that makes them strong, but strength flows from the thoughts I bring. Each piece I move with careful aim, I stay unknown, that's how to reign. The greatest power plays unfold through truths both spoken and untold. Reading signs between the lines, every move reveals design. Sitting at my cello, same table every night, looking at these faces, something doesn't feel right. 20 years of loyalty, now it turns to dust. Funny how they smile at me, but I know who to trust. Blood runs down my fingers from this broken glass. Every friend around me got a heart made of brass. Mom always said family was all we could keep, but those closest to you cut the blood ain't always thicker than water. When your brothers plan, you slaughter. Every kiss on the cheek feels colder when the family starts to fold. Yeah. The family starts to fold. October 16th, back office counting stacks. Every move I'm making leaves a trail they can track. Remember when we started, just some kids on the block. Now I'm writing letters that they'll find when I drop. Taught you everything, showed you how to survive. Now you're sitting pretty while you're planning my dive. Should've seen it coming when you changed up the meat. Cut me from the blood ain't always thicker than water. When your brothers plan, you slaughter. Kiss on the cheek feels colder when the family starts to fold. Yeah. When the family starts to fold. You taught me familiar was sacred, but greed has a way of changing. And I see it in your eyes now, the same look you had when we took down the Benson. October 17th, I know tonight's the night. Got my affairs in order, made my peace with the fight. They'll find these words I'm writing, understand why I stay. Loyalty means something even when you're betrayed. I hear footsteps coming up the restaurant stairs. Time to face the music, say my final prayers. Funny how it ends where it all. Blood ain't always thicker than water. When your brothers plan, you slaughter. Every kiss on the cheek feels colder when the family starts to fall.